Sales is just a great skill to have no matter what you want to do. Some of you said you love math or the video games, but either way, even if you're becoming an engineer, having good people skills, knowing how to do sales, or at least not be afraid of the cold calling experience, that really helps you a lot in any profession that you have. Even if you're an engineer, you're working with people, or you have a boss, you're going to have coworkers. How do you deal with them? And even if you're not selling other products, you're selling your brand, as you do interviews, as you're moving along your job. So knowing how to do sales, what it means to portray a product or portray yourself or present things, it's a really important skill. So again, you don't have to going into sales to maybe do a summer internship in sales. And like I said, and like Pastor Lee was saying, you may cry the first day. I actually did have experience where I cried when I first started. But what really helps, again, is having good friends, good support in the process, or having, people that you can talk with about it, knowing that it's not personal, knowing that a lot of people go through it, and it's just the process of growing through it that's so important.
Yeah, I'll just add a little bit. As Asian American, and none of us have a problem with English, but then when we convey or when we communicate with English-speaking people, that it somehow it really show up that you as minority, and then you don't have that self-confidence, and we feel that and so like Alina has said, you're not selling product. The most important thing, you're selling yourself. And if people think that you are, or I don't want to use that word, but you're not genuine, you don't know how to present yourself. You're not bragging, you're not making yourself bigger than you are or better than you are. But we can't, or we're not very good at selling ourselves.
Art of communication in an appropriate and a wise way, because all of us, like Alina said, we are always quote unquote selling something, whether it's an idea about your own personal brand in an appropriate and a biblical way. So sales is very much part of our life, our interaction with people. And the point is, what Alina shared here is mutually beneficial. It's not all about selling yourself and to benefit me, myself, and I. It's really how to be a blessing to other people.
Exactly. Thank you, Elaine.
Yeah, I think I should edit Alina's presentation for review, especially for Matthew. Matthew, that when you look at it, you need to be energetic and facial and smile and all that. It's all the finer thing of communication, but it's definitely the important part of it. Okay.
Definitely.
Matthew,
Alina, would you wrap up?
Yes, for sure. I'll wrap up. Last slide I had before the end. Just to kind of give, it's already 49, so I'll wrap up really quickly. So again, some challenges you may find is high stress in sales because you're often hitting a number. You may be tempted to compare with other people. And if you guys ever start sales, you'll experience that, you're comparing with your neighbor, comparing with, where you're at. But the biggest thing I think I learned is just compare with where you were yesterday. Are you learning better skills? Don't focus on that specific number. Don't just try to hit the number. Try to learn the skills that will get you there. Focus on the skills, focus on developing your character, your confidence, learning how to not take things personally, and learning how to keep moving quickly. Focusing on the right character bits and the right skills will help you get you there. Second thing, again, it can be hard because it's, like I said, a numbers game. I'm not gonna lie, I do get stressed sometimes with numbers, but that was the biggest thing that I learned was trusting God with that. I can't always control if the customer is gonna say yes or no. But like I said at the beginning, learning to trust God, praying through sales, it was amazing. Like, I wanted to share more on this, but we'll have to share next time. But praying about sales even, or praying about my number when I was struggling a lot at the beginning, I had this big lesson change where I realized, it's God who's in control. I prayed about it that night. And the next day I started making my sales. It was a night and day difference. And the day before that, it was like a month. And my first time on the job, I was not making any sales. I was so stressed. That night I had prayed, and the day after, sales are coming in. It was the heart posture transformation, and God showing me it's not me who's in control. It's really God who's in control. And it's about my heart posture that matters. Another challenge could be like, like I said, sales, are they always telling the truth? Are they just trying to sell me something? I'll be honest, there have been a time or two where I actually lost out on a sale because I was honest with the customer and I told them, what other options that they had, and they decided to go with the cheaper option. So I didn't really sell the bigger product, but I knew that was better for the customer. And in the end, there's still people that I can keep in contact with, and there's one that actually came back to me for a sale in the future. So, maybe you will not always win out. Maybe they may not come back to you again for a sale, but at the end, if you're doing things the right way, I think that's what matters, is the way that you do things, the way that you get there.